Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us by subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to a comparison video, guys. Today I have Asdaaf's Marj Al Sultan versus Lattafa's Amir Al Oud Intense. Now, these fragrances are very popular. You guys love these fragrances. And when I purchased this one, I got traces of something that kind of feels like what I get in here. So I thought to give a comparison video so that I can tell you the differences according to my nose. So we're going to start with the Asdaaf one. I'm going to spray it in the air because I'm already wearing my fragrance of the day and I've tested this enough to know how it kind of vibes. This, guys, is a smoky, incensey, woody, leathery, sweet scent with a tobacco-y undertone. The profile itself is a no-brainer if you're a man. But for a woman, maybe you might need to test this if you don't have experience, especially with smoky, incensey scent. There is a realistic smoke note in this fragrance, and the DNA in itself presents as very dry. There is something in this fragrance that feels like a pile of dry wood. Somebody actually said it feels like walking into an antique shop. So there's a dated kind of dry, wood feel in this fragrance. And with that, there is also myrrh doing the most, and myrrh gives this one like an earthy kind of tone to it. Amidst all this that I have said, it has like a piercing, sharp pepper note also doing the most. Very polarizing, this fragrance. Incensey forward, Middle Eastern leaning, and lasting till the next wash. On the other hand, guys, Amir Al Oud by the house of Lattafa is a fragrance that shares the same smokiness that you're going to get from Marj Al Sultan. The difference with this one is, in as much as it has that smokiness and the incense, it lists a double dose of oud. So oud is a note that you are to expect from this one, but not from this one, because this one lists woods than oud. The oud in here, if I may add, comes across as very sweetened there. The profile in itself is dark, smoky, polarizing, and sweet. So it's not to say Marj Al Sultan is not sweet. I'm just saying this one has the sugar note added separately to sweeten everything up there, as well as vanilla. And amidst this smokiness and the oudiness, you're gonna get like a smooth and round up of a fragrance in this one. And some people are gonna say, they get a waxiness to this fragrance. So this, guys, comes across as a soothed presentation of a smoky fragrance, reminiscent of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. And if I'm to bring Marj Al Sultan back, just to give my final comparison and contrast, I'm gonna say this one has oud, this one has the woods, right? But to the nose, because the woods in here have a smokiness, some people might not be able to distinguish the difference. The DNAs of both seem to borrow from each other. This is obviously, to my nose, a better fragrance in terms of how well-rounded it is, in terms of how less screechy it is. This feels a little rough around the edges, but it is a good purchase nonetheless. Do you need both? Well, if you're a fragrance collector, maybe. If not, these fragrances might just interpret as like an extension of one from the other. If you're crazy about vanilla fragrances, then you're gonna love this one. If you're crazy about pepper fragrances, those piercing, sharp, peppery fragrances, then Marj Al Sultan is one that you're probably gonna gravitate towards. Another thing I'm gonna point out, because the DNA does seem as though it borrows from each other, is with these fragrances, it's gonna be an issue of affordability, accessibility, preference, presentation. That's what I can say. If, for instance, Asdaaf is the one that you have access to, then you can it will be easier for you to purchase this one. But will it give you 100% outright fragrance that feels like this one? No, but 80% yes. If you want to maybe test or have a feel of this and you cannot access it, and this is what you can access, that is going to be another deciding factor, that maybe you may reach for this one to just see if you're going to love this one. This one is definitely a favorite for many because of how polished it is. Both fragrances, guys, are polarizing, lasting till the next wash. Both fragrances are going to tick the boxes for people who love unique fragrances. Both are going to be no-brainers if you're a man, but if you're a woman and you are not too keen on smoky, incensey fragrances, then you may want to test them. And both fragrances are going to give you like a Middle Eastern feel to them because of that spiciness, the cinnamon accord that you're going to get here. It's going to remind you of how a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances are made. If you love those very smoky, realistic smoky fragrances, then both are going to do it for you guys. Yes, the differences are there. Are they outstanding differences? Not really, but this is a better option if you ask me. However, if you can't get your hands on this, you can possibly get this, and they do kind of interpret the same even in terms of performance. This, I must say, translates to a beast over time. Okay, I've had mine for a long time, and because it's a vanilla forward fragrance, it has darkened as well, and it's very beastly. Both are going to be dark and gothic, you know, appealing to those people that love to smell different. Okay, very different there, not your traditional type of fragrances. So that's it, guys. Let me know if you have both. I'd say it's redundant, honestly, to buy both at the same time. All I can say is maybe use a process of elimination. Buy one and then see if you like that, and then you can purchase another one. Whichever you buy first doesn't really matter, but I just feel to an extent it might be redundant to own both, in as much as this one is way better. That is what I had for you guys. The two fragrances that I was comparing and contrasting: Amir Al Oud Intense by Lattafa, as well as Asdaaf's Marj Al Sultan. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section, guys, where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. While you're at it, please do turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.